जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी के इसी चरण में हम प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। श्री महामंत्र लेंगे और उसके पश्चात श्री गणेश चतुर्वशीष।
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं कल्पितं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं निवृतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्त्रम् अवश्रुतम् अवगतम् अवगतम् अवनुचम् अवशिष्टम् अवपश्चात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात् अवदक्षिणात् अवपूर्वात् अवधरात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समर्थ त्वं मया स्वं चिन्मया त्वं अनन्यमया स्वं त्वं ब्रह्ममय त्वं सच्चिदानन्द विद्योऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदं त्वयि लयनिष्ठति सर्वं जगदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भुवि रवो नरो नीरो नरः त्वं चत्वारि वर्तमानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीता त्वं देहत्रयातीता त्वं कालत्रयातीता त्वं मूलाधारः स्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वं योगिनो गायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वं इन्द्रस्त्वं अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरं प्रणवीं पूर्वामुच्चार्य प्रणवीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारपरतः आधेतुरसितं तारेण रुदम् एकत्वमनुस्वारूपम् प्रकारपूर्वरूपम् आकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारसंज्ञारूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नरसन्नां सहिता सहि सैषा गणेशा विद्या गणका ऋषि निश्री गायत्री छन्दा गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं वक्रतुण्डशालिनं गगनं च वरदं हस्तैर्विद्वानं मुषलध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शुभाकर्णकं रक्तवस्तसं रक्तगन्धमुद्रिक्तं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तमुकम्पितं देवं जगत्कारणमशरणम् आविर्भूतं च श्रीशैलं प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो गणपतये नमो गणपतये नमः गणपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवासुताय श्रीवरदामूर्तये नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
अभी हम संतुलन करेंगे। लेफ्ट हैंड सामने रखेंगे और राइट हैंड पृथ्वी की ओर, और यहाँ हम हृदय से श्री माता जी को प्रार्थना करेंगे। श्री माता जी, आप कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी के सभी दोष और बाधाओं को पूर्ण रूप से पृथ्वी तत्व में विलीन कीजिए। दोनों हाथ सामने, लेफ्ट हैंड आकाश की ओर। यहाँ हम प्रार्थना करेंगे हृदय से। श्री माता जी, आप कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी के सभी दोष और बाधाओं को पूर्ण रूप से आकाश तत्व में विलीन कीजिए। दोनों हाथ को सामने रखेंगे। अटेंशन अपना हम तालू पे रखेंगे। और यहाँ हम श्री माता जी से फिर से उनके शीश चरण में प्रार्थना करेंगे कि श्री माता जी, आप कृपा करके हमें पूर्ण रूप से निर्विचारता की अनुभूति दीजिए। हमारे चित्त को पूर्ण रूप से आपके श्री चरण से समर्पित करा दीजिए। इस ध्यानस्थ अवस्था में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे।
So here we are in Finland, and it has complicated itself a little bit because it's the end of life, see, so all the problems come and settle in the end, you see. And that's how we see here there are lots of negative forces that have been working very nicely. And also there are so many seekers. So it's more attraction for them to come and attack the seekers. So now when you take to Sahaja Yoga, you have to know that Sahaja Yoga is like the light coming in your life. And the light which comes gradually shows you everything that you have. For example, you are carrying a snake. Somebody says, throw away the snake. You are in the darkness, you think it's a rope. So you don't want to throw away the snake. But the light comes in, you see the snake in your hand, you get a fright. Throw it away. You get a fright. And somebody might just run away thinking that the snake has come from Sahaja. So the people who come to Sahaja also will be like that. They'll come to Sahaja and they'll be upset about themselves. Oh God, this is my condition. And they do not like to face the reality when and again. So you have to be very patient with them. And you have a little complicated place. So if somebody is coming to Sahaja Yoga, say, he is coming from complete darkness, from complete ignorance. Maybe he is already half mad. He would not know what his mental condition is. Maybe he is suffering from some sort of a horrible disease. Could be cancer, could be anything. Because if diabetes, gurus, this, that could be anything. And maybe they are not suffering yet from that. Or they are suffering so much that they can't feel it. So it's very complicated. So one should not first of all know first principle of Sahaja Yoga, never get disappointed. Never get disappointed. Sometimes you have to work hard. I've worked on people for 24 hours and I found they are good for nothing, just like stones. If I'd worked on stones, at least I would have created a Ganesha. You find there's nothing has come out of that all that work. So there's nothing to feel frustrated inside. It's our, whatever we have to do, we shouldn't worry about the fruits of it. It's one of the main principles of Gita is karmanyavadikara. Do the karma is there, but not to wait for it. Kaleshu ma kadachi. We should not worry about the fruits. And that's what it is. So that will keep you on the right track. Otherwise you might get frustrated, and I have known people how they have been breaking their heads. And so one day I said, why are you so much worried? Say it happened in Boston. So they said, Mother, do you mean to say all of them are going to go to hell? I said, I don't say that. So escape. But I would say that at least you should not be no fools. Till the end we should try to save them. And things would work out. And it has started working out there. In the same way, we have to know that in the beginning you never get many surgeries. Never, whatever you may try. Even in India, I started with one surgery. Because we have to have a foundation, proper foundation. We have to have proper people. Also, Divine doesn't want us to have too many people. Because there would be just useless people joining us. So we have to know that first of all we have to have solid, good surgeons. And those who call themselves surgeons have to build up themselves in such a manner that they are very good surgeons and there are no catches, nothing, and their attention is good. First, once they are established, then we can build up the whole building on that. But otherwise, it so happens that if the foundation is weak, the whole building can go down. So we have to have few surgeries. We can't afford to have many. Though you will see when I go like a flat, in thousands, everywhere. I mean, it's not Italy. I went, Milano. They had never seen my face. They never knew who I was. But the old hall was for I don't know how many thousand people, and you had to just wait through it. Everybody was so enthusiastic. I could see the future also. So we got about 10 people out of all that. Then 10 people more, 10 more. That's how it started gathering. Because in Sahaja Yoga you have to become. Becoming is the problem. If you don't become something, you are no good to the Sahaja Yoga. So this is a very, very big problem. So never get frustrated, never get upset about it. If anybody says anything to you, after all he's blind, so it doesn't matter. Have pity on him and don't get angry. There may be some fanatics, something, you see, they are against Sahaja Yoga naturally, because they are fanatics, they are not wanting reality. So all such things will happen. You have to show your patience and a complete forbearance. That's very important. Never to get frustrated. The number we have, we should try to perfect it. The more you perfect it, the better it would be for our basic things, our foundation, which has to be very strong. And once the foundation is strong, then you can go ahead with it. But just now to begin with, you should not talk about too much. Just say that she is an ordinary human being like us. At the most, if you don't want to tell lies, you can just say that alright, she's alright, we shouldn't discuss her, let us discuss ourselves. Let us know ourselves. That's better than you see, then we know her like that. This is keep it for the further discovery. If you go on making them understand that it is for their benevolence, for their own energy, their own maneuvering, they should keep it to themselves, they will be happy. And not to tell them about me much. Now the miraculous of things of Sahaja Yoga should not be described or talked about. Like I did talk to them about the photographs of these two persons because they have been doing Sahaja Yoga. But normally never show them any miraculous photographs. Because they will always say you have managed it and it has been sort of a kind of a maneuvering. For that I would say that smoke to Baba. So you should limit yourself to some things, like telling about Sahaja Yoga, about Kundalini, about all these things. But about me or about miraculous photographs and all miraculous things we should not talk. Keep it in a general way. And also you should say it's a puja and things like that. Because very few people can come to puja, you know that. So everybody need not know about puja, need not know about everything about things, but what you can tell them is that there are chakras, they have to be cleaned out, they have to be kept in balance, and we have to raise the Kundalini. How to raise the Kundalini also that depends. And you say that just now let's use mother's photograph for the time being. But later on when we are fully independent, we will be experts, then you don't have to use mother's photographs. Then they will never give up. Is it? So, or they fight for it. And thirdly, they are afraid of collectivity. So you have to say that because we are not collective, that's why we are frightened. And if good people all collect together, if righteous people like that, if you talk, they won't be afraid of. You see, now only the thugs combine, only the thieves combine, the good people don't combine. So we have to combine good people. So then they will understand that part, then they won't be angry. Otherwise, say we have to have collective, they must be thinking we are up to something. See, that will be the suspicion. It is always. Because you will see that nobody combines for love. If they combine together, they only combine what you call is the fight or the hatred or could be some sort of sinister stuff. Otherwise they never combine. If you say we are for love with love, then so we know this kind of story, we know this love. So if you have to really bring them round through discussion and argument, you must first of all be well equipped with Sahaja. That means that, of course, the knowledge of Sahaja is too vast, but you should be in such a mood and such a state and such a personality that they should see that there's something special about this person. And then they will accept you much better. Alright? That's what we have to do and not to get frustrated. It's a fun. It's just fun, that's all. We don't get this, alright, we'll have another one. Doesn't matter. And now I've been going to countries and countries and countries now. I would say that first time when I went to Italy, which is today is a great Sahaja nation. I stayed in a hotel like this. And Mr. Gavin had arranged to stay in a hotel and there was going to be a press conference and then a very huge meeting for which also I paid for a big hall in that. So we went there, with me was the horse, the first wife, went down. And they gave us the, of course, room and all that was nice, I stayed there. But when in the evening we went down, not a single soul for the press and not a single cockroach even for the meeting. And before that, we both, I of all the things, went out to do the postal. And she was so worried that he would catch us and something will happen. I said, "What are you going to catch him? Just let me do it." I went and did all the postal because we are the only people there. So this is how it is. Despite that, not a single soul came in. Not a single soul. So right, it was fun. You see, it happened that time, so I could tell you today for you to laugh. So that is how. They'll realize it later on in Sahaja gradually. They'll know that what they have been doing, how they were stupid, how they were, and they'll enjoy it themselves. So all events are important in Sahaja, very important, because that gives a variety and an interesting theme. So everything has to be taken as fun. I wish you people could completely understand this and relax completely on this point. Never get frustrated. If somebody is not alright, doesn't get vibrations, you should just find a little bit alright next time. Alright? So may God bless.
थैंक यू श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी को हम प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे।